Good morning, I am Donnie Cobb, and I am the Chair of Computer Information Systems and Technology, and I'm excited to be here. I hope that you are. I hope that I'm going to be able to share a lot of good information with you today. I know that what we have is something that your students should be interested in, and we have a lot of great opportunities. Now, my wife says I'm acoustically gifted. That means I have a big mouth. So I know that if I get speaking too loud, let me know. Can you do that right there? And I'll try to quiet down a little bit. But I'm also used to speaking over students, as many of you are as well. I'm also homegrown. I grew up just 10 miles south of here on 43. So I am from this area. This area means a lot to me. This university means a lot to me because I actually have my BS degree and my master's from Livingston University and University of West Alabama. And so, but my PhD is from Mississippi State. And so, yeah, go Dogs. Okay. But anyway, so I am excited to be here. Let me go ahead and get started. And like I said, Department of Computer Information Systems and Technology. This is just some of our staff, faculty that we actually have here. Dr. Balakrishna Gokaraju is out in the hallway. He's setting up our mechatronics system. We call him Dr. Baloo. And because Dr. Balakrishna Gokaraju gets to be too long. So here we go. This slide here, this is some of the companies that we have that we are working with that are hiring students as internships, possibly co-ops, and full-time positions. And I want to point out just a few of these. For instance, you'll see Alabama Power. You've got the Greene County Steam Plant right here. Last semester we had a representative HR person from Alabama Power from Greene County Steam Plant came out. He said, hey, I need 15 of your students now. So he came in, did a presentation. Students started filling out applications. And some of them, they're going through the interview processes now. So I've got them in Birmingham, I've got them in Mississippi, all working for Alabama Power in various jobs. Some of them are in geographic information systems, some of them are working as engineers, facility engineers, production engineers, so forth. We've got the Georgia Pacific down in Pennington, CEMEX here in Demopolis, with McElroy Truck Lines in Cuba, Alabama. We've got Foster Farms. There's Foster Farms right here in Demopolis. Rock Tins here in Demopolis. And all of these companies locally are hiring our graduates or even our students as interns. We also are partners with Mercedes-Benz. I've got a slide. I'll be talking about them a little bit more here shortly. But not only Mercedes-Benz, but we've got Tier 1 companies and Tier 2 companies that actually do just-in-time for them. Like they make the car seats, they make the dashboards, they make the headboards, they make the steering systems, they make the seats in the vehicle. And that's people like ISE and TEVA, Johnson Controls. They're all hiring our graduates, wanting them to come to work for them, and have also offered internships. Now, some of these companies for internships, they're starting off our students after 1 year of training with us, starting off anywhere between $12 to $15 an hour. Starting off for the first year internship. If they would do 2 years of internship with them, it's somewhere between $15 to $20 an hour. If they would do 3 years of training with us, it's somewhere between $18 to $24 an hour for internship. Then after they complete their degree, the 4-year degree, they have the opportunity, if they continue to do well for them and everything, if they go to work for them, they're starting off minimum $25 an hour. That's pretty good straight out of college. You're looking at roughly $52,000 a year there. I have one other company here I want to mention real quick, Volkert Associates Engineering Firm. Volkert is throughout the state of Alabama, Mississippi. I think they got one in Tennessee, maybe one in Georgia. Over the past few years, they've hired over 30 of our graduates to come to work for Volkert Engineering. Now, these students actually have graduated with our BS in Industrial Technology, which we don't have anymore. We have evolved. We're now BS in Engineering Technology, and I'll explain a little bit more about engineering technology in just a minute. But they're hiring our computer technicians, network technicians, and our computer-aided drafting and design people to come to work for them. The vice president for Volkert is actually there's a couple of different vice presidents. One of them from Auburn University, graduate from there. The other one's from the University of Alabama. The one from Alabama said that he comes to the University of West Alabama to hire his employees for the CAD technician, network technicians, before he goes anywhere else. And I asked him, I said, why then? Why are you doing it? He said, because your students are better trained in these areas than any other school I've dealt with. Great opportunity. This is what it's all about. This is where the students need to be looking. That's what we're trying to do, is prepare our students to go to work for companies like this. And this is just some of the companies. This is not all of them. And Dr. Tucker, but We teach GPS units. We teach how mapping and so forth. Actually, we teach how, because Walmart, Sam's, they use GIS where to put the product on the shelves. How many of you go to Walmart one week, the next week you go, it's not there, and you had to walk all around the place trying to find the stuff? Well, GIS is actually parts of responsible. What they do is they do a study style like in Demopolis for Walmart. They say, well, what's the average height of people in Demopolis? Well, then, so they do that study, and then they go out there and they put on the shelves at that eye level the product that they want to sell the most for that month. And so what they're not concerned about, they put down low or up high where you can't see it, but what they want to sell, they put right in front of you. Or maybe you're looking for somewhere to move to, but you can use GIS to determine, well, what's the crime rate? Are there any sex offenders that are there? All kind of information that you can get using GIS just to where you want to live or where you want to build your new business. And we teach our students how to acquire all that information. Now, this is our associate degree in industrial maintenance. Let me tell you this, everything that I do, every one of our programs that we have in CIS Technology is market driven. We have a business advisory board that we talk with and work with, and we send out, I actually made phone calls and asked them to send me their job descriptions. And what do they want our students to be able to do when they graduate with us to be able to come to work for them? And so this is what they come up with. I was talking with Dr. Spade a few minutes ago. College Physics 1, English 1, Technical Writing, Pre-Calculus Algebra, Pre-Calculus Trigonometry, and Speech. This is things that industry actually requested that we put into our program. Now some of these we already had, but until we actually did this survey, we didn't have college physics and we didn't have trigonometry in our associate degree program. Industry is tired of having people come to work for them that can't do math. They can't have critical thinking skills. Well, you can show them how to measure something, but then the next day we say, all right, now go out in the plant and measure this so that we can come back here and draw it. They can't do it. I have a friend of mine who hired a student from a community college about a year ago, and the guy had an associate degree in drafting. And so he did great drawings, but when they told him to go out into the plant to measure a piece of equipment, he said, well, they didn't teach me how to do that in college. He said, you mean tell me that you don't know how to take a tape measure, go out there and measure from this wall to the machine, from that wall to the machine to find out where it is in the facility? Well, no, sir, they didn't teach me that. He said, thank you for your time, you're fired, you can go home. And they fired him on the spot. And so he said, we need people with critical thinking skills that can take one thing that they learn today and apply it to something that they're going to do the next day. That's what we're doing. We're teaching these critical thinking skills. We're teaching the soft skills. Things as simple as coming up to someone and shaking a hand and how to look at them in their eyes. And instead of looking down, how to dress, how to talk, how to present yourself. To be on the job, just because you work from 8 to 5 doesn't mean you show up at 8 o'clock. You should be there early. Your time on the clock is when your production is 8 o'clock. And we're teaching these things. Our industrial maintenance program consists of these courses. This is the training that you're actually going to get. Network communication. That one course is in all three of my degrees. It's in industrial maintenance. It's in the computer information systems, and it is in the engineering technology. It is important because it teaches the foundations of computer networking, and everything is running on computer networks. The robotics, the PLCs, everything in industry, businesses are running off computers, so they need to know that. Mechanical systems, blueprint reading, fluid power, AC/DC circuits, solid state, workplace safety, electromotive controls, mechanical controls, programmable logic controls 1 and 2, and I want to stop here for just a second. Westervelt, who hired 8 of our students this past summer to go to work for them as interns, 3 of them now have full-time positions there. She told us that if a student will complete this program, be proficient in PLCs. That PLC is a little small computer that runs the machines. It runs robotics, it runs conveyor systems. It tells a conveyor how fast to go, how long to run. Your lights can be run on PLCs. Your lights, red lights are run on PLCs, because if there's a sensor down up under the road and when you pull up to it, some places you go the lights are 5 minutes, but sometimes when you pull up to one, it senses that your vehicle is there and it'll change for you. That's run off of PLCs. Air conditioners are run off PLCs. It's a part of life. But she said that if our students will complete this degree, get proficient in PLCs, that she start them off at $60,000 a year. If you got a certification in PLCs, but see, the thing is, you can't do PLCs without all this other stuff. This is a building block. And she said, if you get your certification in PLCs, I'll start you off at $80,000 a year with an associate's degree. Now, not every company will do that, but that was the HR manager from Westervelt up in Aliceville. This is one of our classes. We start teaching everybody on the computers to begin with so that they learn the foundation. And also because of the equipment that we use is so expensive. This piece of equipment here was $250,000. And so we don't want to go in there blowing up the motors and doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So we teach them the foundations on the computers. We were the first university in the state of Alabama to get this piece of equipment. We were the first in the nation to get this particular robotics system. This is a 6-axis Mitsubishi robotics system. Each one of these machines can be broken apart. There's a PLC. All this right here is PLCs. And these machines can be broken apart, programmed individually, bring them all back together, and actually create what we used to call years ago was a flexible manufacturing system. Now it's called a mechatronics system. The part will start from right here. It goes all the way through, material handling, conveyors. It's got sensors. It comes all the way down here, and the robot starts assembling all these parts together for a finished product. We got 3 trays over here with different sensors. It'll read what color it is, what the height of the product, and depending on what we've got it programmed, depending on which chute it goes down. Or back over here, we have something that says that if it doesn't meet the criteria, maybe it doesn't weigh enough, or maybe it's too tall, then it's rejected and it's sent off over to the side. The days of having someone come out of high school going straight into these companies to work in this stuff is gone. I need people who have math skills, who have English skills, who have critical thinking skills to be able to meet the needs of the industry, because they're tired of paying people that can't do the job. You're not going to be able to stay there. And it's requiring at least our minimum training of an industrial maintenance person to be able to get these jobs. This is an awesome program right here. This is another piece of equipment that we have, and I have got to hurry. I'm sorry. Every company has got to have someone working in maintenance. Hospitals have to have someone in maintenance. Last week when we had our career fair, some of the students who were majoring in computer information systems, they looked at the list of companies that were going to be represented at the career fair. And they said, well, I don't see anything on there that's got computers in it, nothing about computer programming, nothing about computer networking. I said, every company over there has got computers. I said, well, how do you think they get their work done? They've got to have people that can set this stuff up. They've got to have people that can do the wiring. Actually install the operating system, repair the operating system, join the domain network, set the domain up. There's always something going on, as Rance can tell you, he was in here a minute ago, there's always something happening in information systems. And so when we got over there, Dr. Tucker and I were walking around, and there was like 7 or 8 companies said, well, I know we didn't put that on our description on the website, but yeah, we would love to have your people come by to see us. Some of them got upset when they didn't show up. I was upset too. So maintenance, every company's got to have something with maintenance, even the hospitals and stuff. We offer a welding certificate program through UWA. This is through our Department of Labor grant. This program is actually housed here in Demopolis. Okay? So we're teaching 2 semesters as a short certificate. And we have 10 students enrolled in that. They go through it through 2 different semesters. And when they get through, they get a certificate, and they're also eligible to go and take a certification exam. And that's the whole goal for this, for them to go and get the certification exam and get hired in by companies. Some of the students that have already gone through this program, as my understanding, have already been hired in. They finished. We started the first year, it was last spring we started, so they went spring and summer, and those are already out working. We've got this semester going for the fall, and they'll finish up in the spring. It's a two semester deal. Our BS in Engineering Technology just continues the education from our associate's degree. As a matter of fact, you can go from our associate's degree in industrial maintenance straight into the BS in Engineering Technology. In 4 years and 1 semester, basically, you can get 2 different degrees with us. It's a great opportunity. And now what we're doing, we're taking the basics of the industrial maintenance program, adding the upper level Division of Technology courses here, plus management, because we want our students to move into some type of managed position where they're just managing over the maintenance program, where they're managing over a floor or over an engineering department or whatever. We want them to have the credentials that they need to be able to graduate in that. Our Computer Information Systems degree, I am also proud of this. The core, everybody takes 50 hours of basics. The business course takes business professional components, 33 hours. That's your management, your marketing, finance, accounting, etc. They take a CIS major component here for network communications space, programming, ethics, or information security, etc. Then they get to choose one of these 2 areas, either programming or network option, or they can take both, and some of them are actually doing both. And so this is, again, market driven. It's what the companies are looking for. We have a BS in Technology, and this degree is really for people who have gone to a community college and wanted to transfer back to us, as long as they have a minimum of 32 technical hours, maximum 42 technical hours, they qualify for this program. I can give them up to 60 semester hours of credit from their community college. So basically, they got a 2-year degree from Shelton State or Alabama Southern. Then, as long as it's in a technical field, of course, we look at like anything in business administration, management, marketing, accounting, mortuary science, cosmetology, anything. We can accept that coursework towards us, and in 2 more years, they'll get a BS degree from us. We can accept work experience if they've been in their associate degree for at least 1 year full time. We can give them 3 semester hours of credit. If they've been in the workforce for 2 years, I can give you 6 semester hours of credit towards your BS degree. If you've been in the military, I can give you military experience credit. And these are the areas in which it's not limited to, but this is most of what our students come in to major in. Once they come, they get the BS in technology and they get basically a secondary concentration. They take 27 to 30 hours in one of these disciplines here at the University of West Alabama. And we also offer internships. The internships are 20 hours a week, 1 to 2 semesters. We offer co-ops. Our goal is for employment. We bring in guest speakers to educate our students, do mock interviews. And we have our advisory board, which helps us stay on track.